Right now on 10 News this morning, detention protests. We are live downtown for one of several rallies around the country for immigrant children still separated from their families.
And will Camp Pendleton become Camp Migrant? The memo uncovered that may have the base sheltering nearly 50,000 undocumented immigrants.
At scary moments in Pittsburgh as a car drives through a protest against a police shooting of an unarmed teen.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Happy Saturday to you. It is June 23rd. I'm Mary McKenzie.
And I'm Jim Patton. So good to have you here with us this morning. And let's start off with Melissa Messia and a check on our weather. How are we looking?
Well, we're starting off cloudy here. We can see that marine layer from our satellite and radar. We actually squeezed out some drizzle this morning along the coast. So just keep that in mind as you get ready to head on out on this Saturday. Our sky cams, Rancho Penasquitos and Del Mar, definitely showing those overcast skies to start off our Saturday. But you switch it on over to the mountains and we're seeing a lot more sunshine. This is a live picture here from Julian. So crystal clear skies up in our mountain communities right now. Heading over to our downtown camera, actually overlooking Lindbergh Field. Right now, our current conditions, we are in the mid 60s. Those winds coming out of the south at 11 miles per hour. And as we prepare for Saturday, the sunset officially at 8 p.m. tonight. Along the coast today, again, it's a cloudy start, so it's a mix of sun and clouds today. We're talking about the lower 70s for your high on the coast. In our inland valleys, it is going to be warmer, not quite as warm as what we have seen the last few days. Lower 80s for your day today. Jim, Mary.
We're gathered today to hear directly from the American victims of illegal immigration. These are the American citizens permanently separated from their loved ones.
President Trump sticking by his zero-tolerance border policy, speaking to so-called angel families, people who have had a member of their family killed by an undocumented immigrant.
That event was yesterday afternoon. This morning, the president boarded Air Force One. He's on his way to Las Vegas to give the keynote speech at the Nevada GOP convention. We are expecting him to talk about immigration, of course, a couple of days after signing an executive order to change policy so families are not separated at the border. So many questions, though, still remain.
Protests have already popped up across the country today. In San Diego, several rallies are being held condemning the policy. 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo joins us live from the Civic Center downtown, where one of those rallies is set to take place this morning. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning. Yes, we are here at the Civic Center Plaza where thousands are expected later this morning. I'm going to step out of the way because I want to show you within the last hour or so, maybe a little bit even longer, they have started setting up, they've set up tents, they've set up signs that say families belong together. Now, initially this was to protest family separations, but when the president signed the executive order, it was unclear if the march would continue. Organizers, however, say they are not backing down. This march comes just one day after Senator Kamala Harris visited the detention center in Otay Mesa. There she met with migrant mothers who have been separated from their children. Harris said that Trump ending family separations does not fix the crisis, again focusing the attention on the families that were separated. Yesterday, a group of activists and church members had a candlelight vigil ahead of today's demonstration here at the Civic Center. There's going to be a number of guest speakers who are going to address several things, including the impact of for-profit prisons, President Trump's zero-tolerance policy, and actions people can take to stay vocal during these times. As we come back out here live, you can continue to see these groups that are setting up in anticipation for this rally. Now, the crowd is expected to gather at about 9:30 and then the rally starts at 10. There are thousands expected. Just to give you an idea, there is a Facebook group where 13,000 people have said they are interested. Reporting live in downtown, Laura Acevedo, 10 News.
Laura, thank you so much. Meanwhile, the government considering housing detained migrants on military bases, and Camp Pendleton is reportedly on the list of potential sites. Right now, officials at Camp Pendleton say they know nothing about a temporary immigrant housing project, but a memo obtained by Time magazine details a plan that could have around 47,000 immigrants on the base in as little as 2 months. This is what Camp Pendleton looked like 43 years ago when it was tasked with housing tens of thousands of refugees during the Vietnam War. One former commander says the idea of doing that again, but with immigrants, would create a burden.
I would not be happy with that if I was a base commander. It's a responsibility. We're supposed to gear up for war, not for taking care of people who illegally cross the United States.
Memo says the structures would be designed to last for 6 months to a year.
Amid all the debate about illegal immigration this week, thousands of immigrants were in San Diego to become U.S. citizens at a naturalization ceremony. The latest debate was on a lot of people's minds. Some we talked to stressed the importance of going through the legal immigration channels, but there were mixed emotions about the zero tolerance policy.
You have to have a paper to live in one country, but the thing is the separation, that's something else.
Now, Laura, of course, mentioned a rally going on at the Civic Center today. That is one of several events being held across San Diego. Also at 10 a.m., San Diego Indivisible is holding a rally against family separations. It will happen downtown as well, near the local Immigration and Customs Enforcement headquarters. Also at 10, activists will show their support for migrant families on the Vio Rancho Parkway overpass. That's on the 15 at the Westfield North County Mall. And we have more, of course, coming up on 10 News at this evening, I should say, and also on 10news.com.
Other news this morning, a missing man who the Sheriff's Department had been searching for was found dead in the East County. Thursday, State Park Rangers got a call about a missing man, likely stuck near Ocotillo Wells. They searched for hours in the heat but could not find him. And yesterday they found his truck in a remote area before discovering his body about 4 miles away. Medical examiner now working to identify that man and determine how he died.
This morning, tributes are pouring in for Vinnie Paul. He's the drummer and co-founder of the metal band Pantera. This post here on Facebook announced that he passed away. He was only 54 years old. And we are seeing condolences here from other musicians, including Bret Michaels. Posted a picture of the two of them together, saying that they were great friends. His heart is aching. His prayers and condolences go out to his family, band, and crew. And the band Megadeth also said they are deeply saddened to hear that their dear friend and brother, Vinnie Paul, has passed away. Mary?
Mal, thank you. Protests in Pittsburgh are entering day 4 today. Demonstrators blocked a bridge overnight there. This days after video showed a police officer shooting an unarmed teen to death. That teen was running away from officers. ABC's Kenneth Moten has what authorities are saying about the case.
Overnight, tense moments in Pittsburgh. Police in riot gear, protesters in the streets. Demonstrators marched, shutting down roadways, an interstate, and this critical bridge, demanding justice for 17-year-old Antoine Rose.
I'm out here because it's inhumane to kill black children, and that was murder what happened.
An unarmed Antoine shot and killed by East Pittsburgh police officer Michael Rosfeld as he ran away from a traffic stop earlier in the week. The district attorney is now revealing investigators found an empty 9mm gun clip in the teen's front pocket after the shooting.
I'm not going to talk about everything that happened that night, but you asked me the question, did he have a 9mm, did he have a clip? He had a clip in his pocket.
They're looking for an excuse. They're trying to find a reason to get this cop off.
Investigators say the car Antoine was riding in operated as a ride-share or taxi, but it also matched the description of a vehicle possibly involved in a drive-by shooting minutes before. Authorities say they have video, but wouldn't give any specifics. Attorneys for Antoine's family calling the new developments irrelevant.
Too many kids or young African-American males are being shot. They're dead. They're not here to tell the story. If they could just be here to tell the story, we might hear the other side.
The DA says Officer Rosfeld is now cooperating with this investigation after getting a new attorney. The prosecutor plans to speak more about the details of this case after Antoine is laid to rest Monday. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Pittsburgh.
Soldier Kalen McLemore was found dead Friday after disappearing during a training exercise earlier this week. McLemore was a member of the Army Reserve in Alabama. He was participating in a land navigation assignment at Camp Landing in Florida Wednesday morning when he went missing. Officials say they think McLemore may have gotten off course and become dehydrated and disoriented. They are working to determine exactly how he died.
After being sentenced to life in prison, one of the 2 D.C. snipers is going to have his sentence reconsidered. Lee Malvo was just 17 in 2002 when he and an older man spent weeks putting Washington, D.C. on edge with calculated, deadly sniper attacks. He was tried as a minor but still got 10 life sentences. In the time since, the Supreme Court has deemed such sentences for juveniles to be unconstitutional. A new hearing could mean a new sentence, but prosecutors say they will push for, quote, justice. Mel?
At 8:06, we are continuing to follow this developing news. The lawmaker who defeated Congressman Mark Sanford in South Carolina, she was seriously injured in a car crash. This is Katie Arrington, currently a Republican nominee for Congress. She was a passenger in a car when another vehicle traveling the wrong way struck her car. Sheriff's officials say the wrong way driver died. We don't know that person's identity. However, Arrington's official Twitter page has been detailing all of her injuries, and they are very serious. She sustained a fracture in her back, several broken ribs. She already had to undergo major surgery with more surgeries on the way. The main artery in her legs has a partial collapse, and it's likely that she will be in the hospital for the next 2 weeks. Mary?
All right, Mel, thank you. I want to show you this new video from a patrol car's dash cam. Check this out. Potentially deadly situation right here on a highway in Texas. A drunk driver going the wrong way, as you see, against traffic there. Police say the 25-year-old driver was drunk. The officer angled the car to redirect traffic, confronting that driver. Luckily, that officer, she was in the right place at the right time.
2-3 seconds, another car, they could have hit head on.
And police say the video is a good reminder to find a sober ride if you are drinking, especially with the 4th of July, that holiday around the corner.
Happening today, San Diegans who rely on EBT won't be able to access their benefits. The system will be down throughout the state from 11 p.m. tonight until 11 p.m. tomorrow. Customer service will be unavailable during that time as well. The outage taking place so that California can transition to a new vendor. Those who use EBT are being told to get their shopping done early and take out cash if possible.
Swimmers can get in the waters off of the Silver Strand this weekend without worrying about getting sick. The signs that warn people to stay out because of a diesel spill, they have been taken down. Lifeguards say they couldn't figure out where the spill came from. So, good sign. Safe to get back in the water.
Now, San Diego's most accurate forecast. 10 News Pinpoint Weather, sponsored by Mission Federal Credit Union.
As we say, a good sign is no sign.
Yeah.
When it comes to signs at the beach.
Yeah.
Very true.
Water's still too cold for my blood though, Mel.
It always, yeah, for me too. I usually, if I do get in the water, I always need a wetsuit. Water temps right now in the upper 60s in most spots along our coast, and it is cloudy along the coast right now. Look here at Pacific Beach. I just switched up this sky cam. Couple people there enjoying the shore, and we can see the few surfers. They're pretty small. They look like ants, but they are enjoying the small waves right now at 8:09 this morning. Good Saturday morning to you. So here's a closer look at our water temperatures. Yep, Mary and I definitely not getting in. Jim, what about you?
I'm not sure what 68 means in terms of, is that cold to swim in? Is that
well, you're asking Mary and I, so it's cold for me. But for all those surfers, they are enjoying it. And it is a cloudy start here on this Saturday. Temperatures along the coast, we are in the 60s. Carlsbad, 63 degrees. La Jolla, you are currently seeing 61. Couple degrees warmer in our inland spots. Ramona at 64. And Julian warming up here, 71 degrees right now. A lot to do this weekend, including the San Diego County Fair. Lots of people heading out there, and right now temperatures are going to be in the 60s today. We're talking about 67 degrees by the time the evening rolls around, 6 p.m. at the fair. Another event you can go, head over to OB. They have the street fair and the chili cook-off, mid-60s by 11 o'clock this morning. Perfect temperatures to eat some chili. Forecast highs for today, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, warmer inland. Escondido expected to hit around 80 degrees, upper 70s in El Cajon and in Poway. 7-day forecast here, so we're going to stay in the lower 70s over the next several days along the coast and then bump it up a couple degrees as we get into midweek. You can see they're warmer in our inland valleys, lower 80s today, upper 70s by tomorrow, but plenty of sunshine in the mountains and plenty of sunshine in the deserts.